Today I want to go over how we can convert an equation of a line from a point-slope form to a slope-intercept form to a general form to the standard form. Recall that your point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1. The slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. The general form is in the form of ax plus by plus c equals 0, where a or b can be equal 0, but not both at the same time. A should also be a positive number. B and c may be positive or negative. The standard form of a line where ax plus by equals c is very similar to our general form, where a is a positive integer, but b and c may be positive or negative integers. A, b, and c also should have no common factors. For example, they should not all be divisible by 2. If they're, say, divisible by 2, then you should divide the whole equation by 2 to get your standard form. Remember that the m in the point-slope form and the slope-intercept form represents the slope, which is rise over run. Recall that the slope in this example is 4, and a point that passes through this line would be 2 and 3. Okay, if we want to convert this into a slope-intercept form, we have to have it in the form y equals mx plus b. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to get rid of my parentheses. As you can see, there's no parentheses in the slope-intercept form. And I'm going to use my distributive property. So 4 times x gives me 4x. 4 times negative 2 gives me negative 8. And we want it in the form y equals. So let's get rid of our negative 3. So I'm going to plus 3 on both sides of my equation. That leaves me with y equals 4x minus 5. And that's our slope-intercept form. If we were to convert our slope-intercept form to general form, we have to bring all our terms to the left-hand side. So I'm going to subtract 4x on both sides, and I'll get y minus 4x equals negative 5. And if I rearrange my terms, I get negative 4 plus y equals negative 5. And I have to make sure that my a in the ax is positive. So I'm going to change all my signs throughout. So I'm left with 4x minus y equals 5. This is my standard form. If you notice, I have ax plus by equals c. And if I want to convert it to my general form, all I have to do is to subtract 5 on both sides of my equation. And that will leave me with 4x minus y minus 5 equals 0. So we have our standard form and our general form, slope-intercept form, and point-slope form. Here's another example. This time I have a negative slope, which is negative 2, and my line passes through point 1, negative 3. I'm going to convert it to slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So let's get rid of our parentheses here. So to get rid of the parentheses, we need to distribute our negative 2 to each of the terms in the parentheses. So negative 2 times x gives you negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 1 gives you a positive 1. We have a y plus 3, so we need to subtract 3 on both sides of our equation, which leaves y equals negative 2x minus 2. This is our slope of negative 2 and our y-intercept of negative 2. Now let's bring our x term over to the left side. So we're going to plus 2x and plus 2x with y plus 2x equals negative 2. Change it to our standard form. We need to have the x in front of our y. This is our standard form. And if we want to change it to our general form, we have to bring our constant to the left side as well, which results in x plus y plus 2 equals 0. And this is our general form. Let's try a question with fractions. Don't freeze when you see fractions. What you want to do is to get rid of that denominator in your fraction. So to do it, you want to multiply both sides by the denominator, and in this case, it is 5. Then your 5's cancel out on the right-hand side, leaving 1's, and you're left with 5 into y minus 4 equals 2 into x plus 6. Now we can distribute our 5's into our parentheses and our 2 into our parentheses and treat it like a regular equation. So 5 times y gives me 5y. 5 times negative 4 gives me negative 20 equals 2x. And 2 times 6 gives me 12. Let's bring our 2x term to the left-hand side. And I'm going to just go ahead and write my x before my y. So negative 2x plus 5y minus 20 equals 12. I can bring this 12 to my left side or the negative 20 to my right side, depending on whether we want to derive our general form or our standard form. Right now, let's go ahead and do our standard form first. So to do our standard form, let's plus 20 on both sides, which leaves me with 2x plus 5y equals 32. And a negative there. And we're not done yet because we have to get rid of that negative in front of our 2x to get our standard form. Because if you recall, the a's have to be positive. In order to do that, all I need to do is change all the signs of every single term. And this would be my standard form. The reason why I can change my signs throughout is it's equivalent to me multiplying the equation by -1 or dividing the equation by -1. And if we want to convert our standard form to general form, we just add 32 on each side. And that will give us x minus 5y plus 32 equals 0. So in this case, I went ahead to find our standard form and general form first. But we haven't found our slope-intercept form yet. So let's go back to our point-slope form here. And I am going to use my work from this line. We solve our point slope form and I'm just going to rewrite it here. So 5y minus 20 equals 2x plus 12, which is the equation we got when we got rid of our denominator 5 in our point slope form. Now, our slope-intercept form is in the form y equals mx plus b. So let's get rid of our 20 here. So it's a negative 20, so I want to add 20 on both sides of my equation. And that leaves me with 5y equals 2x plus 32. We want to get rid of that 5. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5, which leaves me with y equals 2 over 5x plus 32 over 5. And that is my slope-intercept form. In the slope-intercept form, you can have your m and your b as fractions. It doesn't matter. Here's one final example, this time with a negative fraction as the slope and a negative coordinate for the point as well. So what's our first step? Let's get rid of that denominator. In this case, it's 8. So we're going to multiply both sides by 8. The 8's cancel each other out on the right-hand side. So 8 times y gives me 8y. 8 times half, or 8 divided by 2, is 4. Don't forget it's a negative, so it's a negative 4 equals negative 3x minus 2. Do our distributive property here, which is negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2 gives you a positive 6. And if we want it in the standard form, I'm going to add 3x on both sides. 3x plus 8y minus 4 equals 6. And if I add 4 on both sides, this would be my standard form, which is 3x plus 8y equals 10. If we want it in our general form, we have to get rid of the 10 on the right-hand side. So that leaves us with 3x plus 8y minus 10 equals 0. And that's our general form, and we still need to do slope-intercept form. So let's use this equation. I'm going to write it as y minus 4 equals negative 3x plus 6. We want it in the form y equals mx plus b. So let's get rid of everything around our y. So we want to get rid of that negative 4. So we're going to plus 4 on both sides. That leaves me with 8y equals negative 3x plus 10. We have to get rid of that 8. So we're going to divide both sides by 8. And I'm left with y equals negative 3 over 8x plus 10 over 8. Now 10 over 8, both numbers are even, so we can reduce it to 5 over 4. Bring everything else down, negative 3 over 8x. And that is our slope-intercept form. If you like this channel, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Remember to hit the bell. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below. I offer online tutoring as well as notes, lessons, worksheets for sale online as well. Links down below. If you'd like to support my channel, I also have a Patreon account. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this lesson helpful.